Well, listen, so your son just graduated, and congratulations. Tell us more about STEM education and why you care so much about it.
When I started my business in this country, I was doing IT consulting. I was helping people to kind of come here to fill the vacuum that we have in STEM jobs. We don't have enough resources here, period. And that is why we are becoming more and more dependent on foreign countries. We take our manufacturing to China, we take our IT services to India. This is all because we don't have enough people to take the jobs that we have produced in this country in the 80s and the 90s. And that is when we started seeing more and more people coming here as immigrants. And I was part of that business. I was helping people to come on H1 visas to take these jobs that are available in America in plenty. So, and I started noticing this when my sons started going to school, that our STEM focus, our interest in teaching math and science and technology, and the methods we teach as well, they're much more um, um, less rigorous than that I've seen in India. So India produces a lot of engineers, and they come here. They work for NASA, IBM's. To take IBM, 30% of the staff Indian. NASA about 35% Indian. And this is all because we train engineers and we don't have enough jobs there. So they come here and they start working for these organizations. So in today's world, for us to remain on the cutting edge, we really need to have at least a good percentage of what we need to be produced here. And we are not doing that at this point. The way we teach math, even the fundamentals, people have to think, to come up with the answers. So when Asian American parents, when their kids are doing extremely well, um, people wonder what's happening. Is this Indians and the Chinese, are they really good in math compared to American or compared to the white people? There is nothing like that. It's the way we teach, the way we approach these things. That's what makes all the difference. So if you look the older generation of Americans, the white Americans, say 100 years ago, they were much better in the fundamentals of math. And that's how you were able to build this country, the engineering industries and everything, related to that. But then we fall into this easiness of, you don't really need to do that. We have people coming from outside to do this kind of work, and that actually kind of discouraging Americans to study this. Yes, it definitely requires a certain taste and certain interest, but at the same time it's very well doable here. I have seen when I was working with my kids friends in my neighborhood itself, I've seen that a lot of very smart kids, white kids, but they don't want to take math classes because it's not fashion. It's all these Indian nerds who take that. Whereas these kids are very smart. I know them because I play chess with them. They come home, and so I know that these kids are smart. They can easily do, but they don't get such encouragement from their parents. And the school is what they completely depend on. Whereas the Asian parents, we send our children to compensate for what we don't get in schools. So we send our children for Kumon math program, Mathanasium type of thing after school, where they get this rigorous, repetitive, fundamental arithmetic learning. So they become very good in fundamentals. So when like in anything else, when your fundamentals are good, if you make a child ready to read and able to read at the age of 4.5, he is definitely going to read more books than somebody who is able to read at the age of 7. The same thing is true in arithmetic. The same thing is true in math. So that is what we are lacking, and that is what is making us more and more dependent on foreign countries. And when this foreign immigration happens in bulk numbers, like, when people come, 10, 100, 200 people come and merge into an American society, they become American fast. But when they come in hundreds and thousands every year, they form their own colonies and they don't gel with the American society. And that creates this fragmentation in the society. So immigration has to be controlled. Immigration has to be more with the interest of assimilation and making people American. But right now, what we are doing is bringing people in big numbers, whether as refugees or even technical trained people, and allow them not to integrate with the society. That means the country is getting more and more fragmented. So after watching all these things, I realized we need to be self-reliant in science and technology. We cannot be dependent on foreign powers, foreign countries for this. And that is my primary interest in promoting science and technology.